Let's talk about the corporate trap. So here you are, you're 10 years old, you have a mind full of dreams and goals and ambitions, and you're ready for what life has to offer because your imagination is huge and your creativity is high, and you cannot wait to see what's to come. So you go through school and you end up in high school, your imagination is still big, but now you're in grade 12, and now you have to choose a program that resonates with who you are because you have to go to post-secondary. So you tell your social environment, hey, this is what I want to do. And unfortunately, your social environment looks at you and says, no, be realistic. So you comply and say, okay, it is what it is. I'm only 18 years old. I'll just go into this random program that I don't care about, and we will see what happens as time goes on. So you go to university, you're in this program you don't care about, and you're not asking yourself important questions like, how can I get to the place that I want to be? Because you're in university and you're distracted left and right. You're in a crazy environment, but it is what it is. You're young, right? So now you graduate at 22 or 23 years old. You have your degree. Once again, you have no emotional investment in it. But again, you say, it is what it is. I'll figure it out. I'm only 23 years old. So now you're expected to get this job in this field, and you say, okay, I will do that. So you get this job, and now you're here at this job working 8 to 10 hours a day, having your soul crushed because you're doing something that is not who you are, and your heart is yearning for something else, but you're forcing your way through it because apparently this is the right thing to do, right? And as time goes on, your mind gets number and number and number because you've become so used to working in this job, and you spend all your extra money on temporary pleasures such as going on trips or spending money on unnecessary items because you have an emptiness in your heart that needs to be filled, and that void can only be filled by spikes of joy that come from engaging in temporary pleasures. And this goes on for a few years, and next thing you know, you're 34 years old, practically in the same environment, in the same situation. The only thing is, now you have no savings, you have no real monetizable skills, you're in a position where you cannot take much risk anymore because your responsibilities has increased quite a bit compared to what it was when you were 23 years old. And also now your creativity has dropped dramatically because you've spent so many years in this narrow-minded way of thinking, never thinking outside of the box. So that's been compromised. Your mental resilience has gone down drastically because you've spent so many years in a submissive state of mind, and you find yourself in this situation where you realize the only way to survive for the next 30 to 40 years is by staying in this job and in this career that your heart cannot stand, which is killing you on a daily basis, but you have no choice because to be independent, this is your only path. And you don't know what to do because you can't make any real shifts due to the responsibilities that you have. And now you have to spend the rest of your life living in quiet desperation, knowing that you will never realize your true potential, and your life will never be as beautiful as it was supposed to be because of the mistakes you made in your younger years. And you're now officially in the corporate trap. This is the reality for the majority of human beings in the Western world. You and I cannot allow that to happen. You have a level of personalized magic in you that needs to come out because you need to contribute to the world with these gifts and talents, and potential that's been given to you by nature. By going into something that you have no emotional investment in, you're going to become a shell of yourself. We will become shells of ourselves. I'm saying this to myself as well. Look around you. Everything around you comes from the human imagination and creative capabilities. Cars, trains, buses, stoves, fridges, airplanes, roller coasters, cooking, foods, furniture, jewelry, sports, cultural events, movies, music. Everything comes from the innovative and creative mind that we possess as human beings. And you have that in you as well. And you cannot allow the corporate trap to neutralize that, because it will. I don't care if you think this is cringy, because someone's going to say, oh, Shaq is trying to instill fear. It's like, no. I don't care how strong or tough you think you are. It will neutralize you. As a guy that works in the bank, I hear this story all the time, nonstop, every day. You don't want to end up in that situation. And I don't want to end up in that situation. So what can we do? Well, don't worry about it. Let me list out 3 main ways I believe you and I can both escape that heinous trap, which we are all headed to if we are not careful. And if you have more ways that you and I can both escape, or that we can both escape, or all escape, please do put them down in the comment section below, because obviously the more the merrier, right? So number 1 is the obvious one. Just get a job in a career that you actually love and have an emotional investment in, and build a career. Don't just get jobs, like build a career. And as long as your heart is emotionally invested in it, and you have this level of love and passion towards what you're doing, you'll be good to go. Because at least when you go to work, you're not going to be dying internally. You'll actually be fulfilled and happy and energized, which is very important. Now, obviously, we have the question of, okay, what happens if you don't have, or like, what happens if you're in this job or career that is not actually paying you enough to survive, but you love it, right? What do I do then? Don't worry about it. The next 2 ways I'm going to explain are actually going to help you answer that question as well. So, number 2, which is my personal favorite, number 2 is when you acquire a skill that correlates with the natural gift that you have, which you can use to bring value to people and eventually monetize, and use the profits now from your little side hustle / small business. Use the profits to cover your monthly expenses. Because once you cover your monthly expenses with these profits, you now don't have to rely on this job that you cannot stand, because you don't need the money anymore, right? And this is my favorite one, because I think anybody at any age can actually look at this and pursue it. Doesn't matter where you are in life. You can acquire a skill and get competent at it and eventually use it to escape the trap that you're in. And skills can be anything. It can be cooking. It can be teaching someone a language. It can be teaching someone a sport, teaching someone how to play an instrument. It could be anything, right? As long as you are competent at it and it does kind of correlate with the natural gift and talent of yours, you're going to be okay. All right? And number 3 is to spend your 20s acquiring investments that allow you to generate the right amount of profit, which you can use to replace your bills. If you're able to produce a level of dividends, cash flow, and cash reserves through the investments of your choice, that's one of the best ways to escape, because now your bills are covered, right? Your bills are covered because of this great investment portfolio you've built through the 10 years in your 20s. And you can spend your 30s and onwards engaging in activities and building a career in something you actually love, because bills are not destroying your life anymore. Because that's the main problem, right? Bills are the main problem. That's how they get you. If you can neutralize the bills and get that out of the way, and if that's not a problem, then you're not in the trap anymore. Then you're not. It's the bills. And we just need to figure out a way to cover the bills in some way, shape, or form, as long as it's legal. Right? But yeah, man, those are the three main ways that I believe you and I can both escape the trap and put ourselves in a position to live a life of true freedom and true fulfillment, which we all deserve. Because every human being, like I said earlier, has a gift that society needs. Pablo Picasso has a great quote where he says, "The meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of your life is to give it away." That's the idea. And thank you so much for watching this video. That's pretty much all I have for you today. I love you all so much. I believe in all of you. We can all do this. We have to avoid that trap at all costs. And yeah, I will see you on the next video. Please do subscribe to this channel and like this video. I have a lot of great content coming ahead, and I would love if you stuck around. Take care now. Bye-bye. Love you all.